Hello everyone, Untitled 2 and welcome to another mod overview, this time on Advanced Bow System. A mod that adds a bunch of different bows, a quiver, different arrows, and yeah. So, you've got the following as the quiver, which you can make simply like so with leather and string, or you can make it with leather pieces if you have the advanced rotten flesh to leather mod, and it has to be the red variation, which does add the pieces as well as the actual recipe for these. So you're gonna have to have the red version of it, which you make into leather or otherwise. The quiver you can access with the M key by default to put all your arrows in, or you can just simply right click it in your hand. You can press M without it in your hand, and I'm assuming it pops into your hand to activate it. You have to open it. Other than that, we've got a bunch of different arrows and bows, as far as I can tell obviously, like on the mod pages stated. There's increased damage or just faster drawback speed, so we'll try and cover each of these with a bunch of regular arrows. So I'll go to the regular arrow, the creeper for example, spawn them in. And I'll do that for each bow. Show the differing amounts of health to determine the damage for each. So, assuming that's the case, that it actually is different, not just because of the distance away either. Probably is, but either way, you get the idea. Which obviously you can make like so with the following materials. And now for what we'll mostly be covering is the arrows, which obviously there's wooden, torch, redstone torch, fire, explosive small, explosive normal, spiky, and obsidian. If I wanted to actually shift to the arrows that I have in my quiver here, and I don't want to keep moving them around or certain other things like that, I'll have it where there's a slot that's empty and I can't fire any arrows. I'm unsure why. I can just go to the I or U key and I can swap between each of these if I want. Obviously rebound them just to make things a bit easier, because U is currently in use by a bunch of mods, so I've swapped it to comma and full stop or period, I guess, for the sake of this. So we'll go between each of these. So let's see what we got here. So we'll add in a few other ones. So I'll go with wooden first, which will spawn a creeper in specifically for this. Should we just go back up here? It's pretty much just half the damage of a regular arrow, which I'll spawn another creeper, a bit closer though. We happen to put in regular arrows, spawn a creeper in, from this distance at least, and sort of compare the difference of the 75ish there to the 60 here, percent at least. You've got torch arrows, which most likely are just for placing torches on the ground, but obviously we'll set entities on fire. So we'll go to the next one. Spectral Tip, that's not what I want. Torch arrow. And we'll set them on fire for obviously 5 seconds. Or constantly. Until they can get away from it. Other than that though, it'll just spawn a torch on the surface, whether it's a tree or otherwise. Other than that, redstone torch does pretty much the same with placing a torch in the world, and obviously sets them on fire for a lot less. So we'll get that. which is right at the end, the other end. Do it from a shorter distance. Put it on the side. Except this is standing, not actually updating to be on the actual side of the block like you would typically expect when you're placing it. Fire arrows lights the ground on fire. Sure, I'll move a few of these out because I don't really need them anymore. Alright, that's a crafting recipe. Whoops. Let's go the other way for that. Fire. Let's put another creeper in. And there's a bit more on that on initial impact rather than just sort of waiting a bit. Probably, I guess. Something like that. Otherwise, obviously, lighting the ground on fire. Other than that, we've got explosive arrows, which obviously it'll create a small or large explosion, depending, except that the normal one, it will after 8 seconds. So, we'll get access to those, which we'll want to go that way. And we'll get a good location to set this up. So, I'll just do that. It's a lot smaller. And a bit larger of an explosion over here, for example. And obviously we'll have to wait 8 seconds, so it's got a bit of a delay. And it'll do pretty much about the same size as a TNT blast, probably a bit less. But yeah. Obviously I'll try it on a few creepers and see how we go. Obviously if it hits a mob, it'll automatically blow up compared to when it hits a block. Other than that though, we've got spiky arrows, which obviously make it with cactus spikes, which gives a bleeding effect, as well as the wither effect. Sorry, not reading that properly. Obviously a bit more damage than regular arrows, so we'll shift between that. Okay, so we'll also try it on ourselves just in case, just to see what sort of duration you get it for. So 45-ish seconds of the wither effect. And obsidian arrows, which obviously one hit kills a mob and deals a lot more damage. So we'll try again. If we can get obsidian arrows here. Oops, and I died. Oops. We'll try again though. Let's just some obsidian arrows outside of the other. Probably spider or something this time. I'm assuming obviously you'll get a lot more out of it depending on the distance, so that's probably the reason why it didn't really affect much there. So another spider, even though they have a lot less health than creepers, but still. Probably just the distance, or it's just the bow as well. So if I go with a different one, obviously, not just a regular bow, then I'll get different results, of course. Yep, so with the better bow, obviously not the other, the regular wooden bow. Other than that though, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye. I think that's about